Hi guys, this is Hazel Olive, and I'm making another video of Monstrata Fracture. I haven't made a video for this one in a while because I had some issues with my other one that actually the creator of the game commented on my video, which I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Because, well, why wouldn't it be cool? It's the creator of a game I like. So it's kind of like a senpai noticed me moment. But anyway, I'm sidetracking. I had some original issues uploading one of the episodes a while ago, and I guess I forgot to try again a little while ago, and they pointed out that it cut off halfway. So I've found almost we're in like maybe 2 dialogue spots before it cuts off. So we're gonna just pick up where we left off, and yes, I did accept the tea invite from Nikolai because I wanted to do his story first, even though he's a bit of an asshole, but he's one of those ones that are definitely a lovable asshole. Like, you kind of like them because they are, but they might be nicer to you in time. I don't know. It's a weird thing to explain, but still. And I saw that there's a new monster in the game. There's a bunny girl now, which I'll get around to her later, but it's interesting that the game's being updated, more characters are being added, and now I'm just gonna impatiently wait for the rest of the game to be put out. But I do understand why it takes a while because I have some experience in game design. But anyway, that's enough talking and get straight to it. I'm reeling. 3/4 human? 1/4 monster? How could that even be possible? How does that happen? How does any love story happen? My mother's insight was very weak. She fell in love with a monster. Your grandfather, they got together and had twins. Twins? You have a twin? I have an aunt I don't know about? I don't. But you just said. In this reality, I don't have one. She made her choice, and I made mine. She's gone now, and I hope she's happy in the other realm. Although the way she puts that, she's gone now. It's like, sheesh, Mom. Why did she choose the monster side? Well, why wouldn't you choose the monster side? It seems cooler than the normal side. She followed my mother's footsteps, so to speak. I suppose something about the whole prospect might have been quite alluring to her. So she fell in love with the monster. And crossed to the other side, yes. So you can't see her anymore. Of course I can't. She's a monster, and I don't want the same fate to become of you. So please, keep your eyes on your school books and ignore it if there are any strange happenings around you, okay? Although, going on Mom's explanation before, I don't think just by going to the other side makes you a monster. I still think she's only half monster. Which, actually, I think that would make your mom half monster, too. Which is kind of interesting when you think about it. I think of Nikolai, of his curious rainbow eyes and confident laugh. Okay. She breathes a sigh of relief, and I feel a wash of guilt that I may not be being entirely truthful with her, but what can I do? I could let it go, but I'm glad you're sensible when it comes to these things. She'll never know I'm not actually. Oof, she knows how to lay it on. I love you, sweetie. Let's talk about something nicer. How's the food there? 1 second. I need a drink of water. My throat's been feeling weird lately. I think it's just allergies. The rest of the conversation passes fairly uneventfully. I sort of have the impression that maybe she's still tense, waiting for me to slip, but I know better now. I won't say anything to upset her if I can read the line right. I do wish I could have talked to Dad about it, but based on what Mom said, it seems like he's probably kind of a hack anyway. I mean, I always thought that was true, but maybe it's sort of depressing to actually confirm it. After we say goodbye, I still have some time to kill before I have to leave for the date, so I waste time scrolling through social media and chatting with my online friends. Yes, Tumblr for the win! Literally half the crap I do is just it's a fandom vlog, my Tumblr. It's a little awkward, but I can't really tell them any of the monster stuff that's going on. They wouldn't believe me. I mean, I guess I could prove it to them by taking a picture of all the monsters, though that seems a little rude to do without permission. Maybe I'll snap a selfie with one of them later. Then again, maybe I'd break reality or something by doing that. I suppose I can always take the picture and decide what to do with it afterwards. Or what if it's just like you take a picture with one of the monsters? Like, say your arm's wrapped around one of them, and you're just standing there, and you're like, see, look, I have proof. And then you show them the phone, and they're like, why is your arm wrapped around empty air? I don't get this. And you're like, there's someone right there. In the middle of adding about 50 more shows to my streaming queue, I glance at the time and realize it's getting close to when I have to meet him. That'd be nice if I had 50 more shows. I'm trying not too hard not to binge watch entirely through in Assassination's Classroom right away. I should have time to change my clothes and freshen up and still get there on time. Or I could wear what I've got on and get there early. Well, I'm gonna get changed because I know Nikolai is gonna be late anyway. Maybe it would be better to make a good impression by dressing nicely. It shouldn't take too long, and I probably won't be late as long as I keep an eye on the time and don't get lost. Ooh, we have options now. I can choose whether I want to wear a collared shirt or a scoop neck shirt. That's new. I'm not playing the demo anyway, by the way. It has been updated since I last played, if I didn't say that before. I don't know, I'm gonna go scoop neck, because it seems interesting. Really got to get going. Changing my clothes took more time than I expected. As it happens, I find myself running 10 minutes behind schedule, and the ensuing panic makes it much more difficult to locate the cafe. I rush to the doors when I finally find it, apologies ready on my lips. Nikolai isn't there. I check my phone. I'm 20 minutes late. Damn. She shares my sense of direction. So he might have already left. I felt guilt sinking into my chest. How could I let this happen? He probably thinks I'm really rude. Well, I'm already here. Might as well order something. I get in line, which is rather long, and look around the cafe while I wait. It's a cute place, decorated white and blue to invoke a heavenly feeling. Even the staff are wearing tiny angel wings with their uniforms. Holy grounds, huh? I can definitely see the theme here. The line shuffles forward and I check my phone. It's been nearly 5 minutes and I'm nearing the front of the line now. The line here is always so long. Thanks for saving a place for me. He's standing beside me as he's been there the whole time. Behind him, a short girl with pointed ears is glaring, clearly irritating at him for cutting the line. Nikolai? I thought you already left. What? No, I only just got here. I thought you said to meet you at 6. He ignores my comment, waving a talon at the menu displayed on the wall above the registers. Well, I was gonna apologize for being late, but you were even later than mine, so no. Do you know what you want? We're already at the counter and my question is forgotten as I panic, flustered and thrown off for a moment. I scan the menu, hoping something would jump out at me, but I can't process the words fast enough. About any panic when I'm in a merch line, I'm like, oh crap, what do I want? I'll just take this and this. I hear Nikolai sigh and a squeeze of embarrassment clutches my chest. It's fine, I'll take care of it. He leans over the counter and the girl behind the counter flushes. Same thing. Seeming to recognize him, he doesn't acknowledge her reaction. A spiced Dominion black tea for me with no milk, no sugar, and an Empyrean fire latte. He gives me a quick once-over. With 2 sugars and 4 creams. And let me see, a Trinity twist. 2 Cerubim chocolate croissants and a slice of Eden apple pie. The girl hesitantly rings it up, still blushing furiously, and tells him the total. He pulls his wallet from his bag and peels just like a thick stack of cash, holding it out to her with a distant expression. Can you break this for me? I'm sorry, I don't have enough in my drawer. Nickel, sir. It's the smallest bill I have right now, sorry. rich people problems. He doesn't sound sorry. The girl apologizes and calls over her manager, a tall man with long blonde hair who breaks the bill for her. Nikolai leans against the counter during this exchange, and I'm sure I hear the pointy-eared girl behind us grumbling. Finally, a wad of smaller bills and some change is returned to Nikolai. He drops the coins he's received into the tip jar. Come on, let's find a table. Don't we have to wait for it? It's fine, they'll bring it over. He leads me to one of the high tables by the windows. There's someone sitting there, a boy with thick arms and a bullhead, like a creature I vaguely remember from Greek mythology. The evening sun gleams over his patchy black and white skin as he gazes out the window, lost in thought. All of something I'm slightly curious about, some of these characters have silhouettes, and I thought they were just doing that because it can be a pain to draw all the little background characters, but the bunny girl, whose name I think is Evelyn, because I saw something online somewhere, but I'm not sure. She was one of the background characters, or there's a placeholder character, but now she's with one of the background placeholder characters. So I wonder if we'll see what this dude looks like eventually. If not, it's fine too, but now I'm just staring at all the placeholder characters and like curious. Nikolai walks up and leans on the back of one of the chairs to address him, smiling sweetly. Sorry, do you mind if we sit here? The bull-headed boy looks over with a frown, ready to dismiss him perhaps, but stops when they make eye contact. Ah, sure, I was just leaving. Nikolai looks at him with his best, I need you to move face, while smiling sweetly. That's how I feel like that interaction just went right there. Thank you, much obliged. The boy stands from his chair, taking care to sweep away any crumbs he left on the table and makes his exit. Nikolai makes himself comfortable on the other chair, and I sit opposite him, my forehead wrinkling a bit. What was that about? There was a table right there! We didn't have to make the poor guy move. What? You heard him. He was leaving anyway. Something about this feels weird, but I can't put my finger on why. Really, what just happened? Nikolai sighs as if the conversation is boring him. A creature like that, whose most promising future would be low-level law enforcement at best, would never dare make enemies with a family like mine. So you kicked him out just because he's lower class than you. I did not kick him out, I asked very politely. He could have stayed where he was, but he was finished with his coffee and probably had other places to be anyway. There's a moment of awkward silence while Nikolai smooths his feathers. What did you mean, a family like yours? It's nothing terribly exciting. Politicians, lobbyists, advisors, people who pull strings. Maybe some slight yakizo on the side. Some nasty gossips would tell you we have connection to a few petty dictators, but those are just rumors. Something about his tone makes me think he's full of shit. It sounds like your family has a lot of wealth. Did you go to a private school? He gives me a strange look. I don't know what you mean. I went to the same school all the other girls went to. This is the part where you're like, wait, Nani? Girls? He's looking at me even strangely, like I've gone completely off the rails. And I already know the explanation for this, but it's kind of funny to think of this part when you're just like, wait. Your character must be like, what? Yes, girls. Alkanos children? What, is that just the word for them? The word would be hatchlings or fledglings for older children. But you call them girls. Because they are girls. Don't humans know anything about Alkanos? No, not many of us can see you, Nikolai. I can tell he's judging me for not understanding, so I decide to drop it. So sounds like you have a pretty extravagant life, then. That's only natural, so what about your life? I understand that you came from the other world. Although something that would be kind of cool to see is if we get, like, maybe a few sassy lines to throw back, which if I learn more of Nikolai's story later, I might feel bad about later, but they're kind of fun in the moment. Oh, the human world? Yeah, I can apparently straddle the line between the two worlds, so to speak, because I'm part monster. Monster? Oh, creature? Whatever you guys are. He regards me coolly, unamused by my description. So if I'm understanding this correctly, you're a bit of a freak, one could say. I'm not a freak. I can't read. Apparently, I can't read today. I'm not. Freak is going kind of a bit far. I'm a Hanyu, thank you very much. Get it right. Half human, half... I'm just gonna call you yokai, because you seem to be offended by monster. Which, I mean, you can't blame them for that. But still. Get it right, sir. Don't worry too much about it. I still think you're cute. I'm relieved of the pressure of responding to this by the arrival of our drinks and snacks. I eye the wide smoking mug warily. Warm orange latte art of a stylized flame sits atop the yellow pale foam. What exactly did you order for me anyway? I'm not sure if that's supposed to be European. I feel like it's probably European and I said it wrong the first time. The European fire? It's good. You like it. Don't mind the smoke. It's just for effect. That seems like it'd actually be pretty cool. They need to make a spoopy October drink for that. It's the perfect time of year too. Okay. I gingerly take a sip, half expecting a cruel joke and a blast of spice. I'm pleasantly surprised by the flavors of coffee and chocolate woven together, shot with vibrant threads of cinnamon. The creaminess and sweetness is just at the amount I would have chosen for myself. If I knew how to make coffee the way I like, that is, I always end up making it too sweet. Wow, this is really good. Nikolai sips his tea, trying to appear as if he's not in the least bit interested in my reaction. But he can't fully hide his smug smile. Why wouldn't it be? I wouldn't purposely order something disgusting for you. It's like, that part I'm glad with, at least. Sorry if you can hear me sipping my water. I just needed some. My mouth was getting dry. Probably. But probably. I probably wouldn't order something disgusting for you. You know. Only if I really wanted to screw with you. He grins and I chuckle at his joke. Then I regard the rest of his order with interest. What else did you order? Croissants? Apple pie? And what's that? I point to a long, fat pastry with a twist in it. He picks it up to examine it. The Trinity Twist. One of my particular favorites, pastry dough with 3 fillings twisted inside it. Cherry, marzipan, and vanilla cream. He takes a bite and a look of bliss spreads over his face. He turns it to show me the 3 fillings separated by a thin layer of flaky pastry. Wow, that looks awesome. He's still holding it out to me and takes a moment for it to dawn on me that he wants me to take a bite. What? You want me to? He swallows and grins, holding it closer to my face. I reach to take it and he pulls away. Not like that. Yeesh, that smug look on his face, though. What, you want to feed it to me? He leans his cheek on his free talons, still grinning. Why not? It's cute. He holds the pastry out again, and I catch a whiff of the tempting smell of almond and cherry. I suppose it's fine to humor him, so I lean forward and take a bite. I can taste why it would be his favorite. In my mouth, the boundaries of flaky pastry dissolve, allowing the fillings inside to greet one another and mingle in short-lived courtship. The blend of flavors and textures is sublime. Aw, see how adorable that is? Like feeding a puppy. In my situation, I would probably be like, don't make fun of me. Or just one of the rare opportunities where you don't care if it's slightly cringy and you just want to be like, just shut up, Baka. I feel like that's gonna come off cringy. in the audio, but whatever. I blush, unsure if I'm supposed to be offended or not. Did I make a strange face when I took the bite? I might have. I was so caught up in the flavor, I don't have any idea what my face was doing. Same, Lo. In my moment of distraction, Nikolai sweeps my latte and takes a sip. He makes a face and then sets it down again. What, is something wrong with it? Probably not. I can't tell. I've never been a coffee person. Yeah, I have to agree with him there. I'm more of a cappuccino person myself. I thought you said that drink was good, though. Well, it is good, isn't it? Well, yeah, but how did you know it was good? Most of my friends enjoy it. I trust their judgment on such matters. But not on other matters. He laughs. Well, I have my reservations on who some of them choose to date, but that's hardly relevant. Do they have poor judgment on that? Clouded judgment, perhaps. Both are high school sweethearts or something like that, so it's beyond me to convince him that dating a therianthrope is a terrible idea, especially in his case. I consider asking what a therianthrope is, but I decide I don't want to look dumb. Is his case unique? In a sense, like you, he's from an alternate world. Some people consider the citizens of that world to be our social equals, as my family does. And some consider them to be inferior, like his awful boyfriend's family does. He sips his tea, grimacing in irritation. Well, does he love him? Perhaps, all the more tragic if he does, in my opinion. At any rate, I didn't come here to discuss the sordid details of my friend's love affairs. He turns away to look at the people at the surrounding tables and falls silent. I felt a little bad, thinking that perhaps I have annoyed him and he's regretting coming out with me. Look at this sad affair here. Apparently not. I turn to see what he's looking at and see a boy made of rough-hewn stone in an ill-fitting dress shirt and tie. He waits nervously at one of the tables but doesn't seem to have gotten himself a drink. Independent golems are a rare sight these days. Wonder if he's even legal. Legal, like of age? I can't understand what Nikolai could possibly want with a golem in that regard, but he shakes his head. I forgot you one know. There's no such thing as a legal age for golems because they're magic made. But you need to have a license to create one, and if they're an independent golem, they need to have a copy of their creation license to prove that they have the right to exist. That sounds pretty rough because, if people forget things, they could just be like smushed on sight, I feel. Oh, so what happens if they don't have it? Nikolai's eyes are emotionless as he casually drags a finger across his throat. I feel a twist in my stomach, one that isn't made of pastry. Nikolai is still watching the golem. That shirt is just a mess. Wonder who he's trying to impress. Maybe he's waiting for a date. He shakes his hand, eyes still on the stone figure. I don't think so. I'd put my money on job interview, actually. He'll never get it. Not here. Holy Grounds wouldn't even hire him to take out their trash. Why not? Golems in a place like this? They're not running a charity here. This whole business is built around a strictly maintained aesthetic. He could work in the back. Golems lack the fine motor skill for making coffee and washing china. They're more suited to hard physical labor. Like Topies. Aw, like our other boy. Topies? I've heard that word recently, haven't I? I can't remember what context, though. Better brush up on my mythology. The cute, kind of seahorse-looking dude? That's not a good description. But, Meanwhile, the manager of the cafe comes out of the back and sits down with the golem. Aha, see? I was right. Keep watching and you see him get rejected. What, right here? They'll tell him now? Not in so many words, but he'll know. The interview lasts barely 10 minutes. When it's over, both parties rise and shake hands, and the golem leaves, shoulders slumped in defeat. Nikolai leans back in his chair, sipping his tea triumphantly. What did I tell you? I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did. I'm about to respond when both of us have our attention drawn to a table further down the wall, where a man with dragon features is talking is taking a nasty tone with one of the cafe employees. Across the table from him, a well-dressed woman with neatly folded moth wings taps her heels shoe in annoyance. Oh my, this looks interesting. What's going on? The man dismisses the server with a flourish of irritation, and she hastens past us, red-faced and eyes glistening. Nikolai barely spares her a glance, focused on the couple at the table instead, who are now having a quiet but heated discussion. By the way, sorry if I'm not pronouncing some of my words quite as well. I'm trying. Fascinating. What is, the trouble in paradise over there? Oh, I don't think that was ever paradise. A relationship of political convenience for sure. With all the baggage that comes with it. Unfortunately, when you're riding more than just someone's coattails in your scramble for power, egos and agendas reveal themselves in particularly nasty ways. So they're not arguing about the server. I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about. How's the croissant? Have you tried it yet? He can see, of course, that I haven't tried it yet, so I quickly take a bite. It's not quite as heavenly as the Trinity twist, but it's good as croissants go. I nod and he smiles. Would you like to try the pie? He lifts the bite with a fork, extending it to me. Are you going to call me a puppy again? I promise I will not call you a puppy. I might just call you some other cute animal. He holds the fork in front of my lips. I laugh awkwardly, trying to play it off with an eye roll and indulge him by taking the bite. I think I catch a flash of something last vicocious? I have no idea how to say that word. I think it means alluring though, in his eyes, but I might have imagined it. I don't think I imagined it right there. I don't know why you're so embarrassed. You look cute like that. I can't answer. My mouth is full of pie. It doesn't matter because Nikolai is distracted by the arguing couple again. The voices rise further and I turn my head to see what's going on just as the man snaps up, snapping that he needs to use the restroom. I see Nikolai glance in the direction of the restroom, which is also the direction of the kitchen, and a smile flashes on his face. Oh, this is going to be terribly childish of me. What is? He ignores me, leaning over to grab the attention of the server from earlier as she walks by. She's holding an oversized golden chalice filled with some sort of dessert and topped with whipped cream. It's heavy, judging by the way she uses both hands to hold it level with her chest. Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but I just want to make sure you are alright. What? Oh, from earlier? Yes, I'm fine, thank you, sir. It's awful that anyone would be allowed to treat you that way. She smiles a little, her large fox ears flickering shyly. It's alright, don't worry, I'm used to it. Behind her, I see the angry man finally disengage from his companion and storm towards us on his way to the restroom. In my distraction, I don't catch what Nikolai says to the server next, but whatever it is, it has quite the effect on her. He smirks and she blushes, whirling around in embarrassment to continue her course. In her haste, she collides with the angry man as he tries to shove past her. It's chaos. Whipped cream and mousse are on everything. The girl's apologizing, the man is screaming, Nikolai is laughing. At the other table, the well-dressed moth woman is also laughing, which seems to drive the man to further rage. She explodes at the hapless server. But at the same time, I think it's kind of good that this guy got stuff knocked at him. I'm kind of like, that's a dick move to use the server as bait there, but I don't really expect anything less from him. Watch where you're going, you stupid mongrel. I'm sorry, sir, I didn't mean to. She's near tears again, ears low and trembling. Nikolai leans over, the sweet smile he used on the Minotaur back on his face. Don't waste your breath apologizing to him, Foxy. He's not worth your time. The man turns on him, smoke oozing from his scaly nostrils and murder in his eyes. Nikolai stares back coolly as they size each other up. Finally, the dragon-like man points a clawed finger at Nikolai, his voice considerably calmer now. Your mouth is going to get you into a lot of trouble one day. Kindly remove that finger from my face, thanks. The man snarls at him and stomps away, dripping whipped cream. Nikolai looks like he couldn't wipe the smirk off his face if he tried. The fox girl is crying, and the manager is on his way over to see what is going on. He looks displeased. Come on, we should make our exit before this gets any more complicated. He holds his hand out to me and I take it, letting him pull me to my feet. He leaves the remains of the pastries on the table, though I notice he has finished off the Trinity twist. Okay guys, I think I'm going to leave the video there because it seems to be a good stopping point. But part of the stuff that Nikolai does kind of almost reminds me of Isuk a little bit from Kissed by the Baddest Bitter. I believe its name is. I might be saying that slightly wrong, but not the most important thing at the moment. Because he seems to have this a bit better than you air, but at the same time not completely bad. Like, he seems to be a bit of an asshole, but at the same time not terribly so. I don't know how to describe it, but I kind of like character types like this. That they seem to be a jerk, but they're also nice in certain ways, and they usually have reasons for being like, I'm not justifying it, but I like the character type. Along with other character types, like, I don't remember how to say our Kelpie boy's name without looking at his name, but like, I like his character type as well. He's a big sweetheart and he seems like he would be protective and lovable, but there definitely is something to like about this character type too. So I'm gonna leave the video out there, so I'll see all you guys in the next video.